I believe that we are looking at a once-in-a-lifetime shift in how authority is found, followed, and monetized. I'm so excited about this, and I'm implementing this in my business right away, and I'm going to give you some tips on this video on how you can benefit, why Gary Vee's book strategy works, and how you can use it. Gary Vaynerchuk's VaynerX generates about $350 million annually, and at the center of his empire is a deceptively simple strategy that most experts completely miss. It's not just that he writes books with the help of ghostwriters, it's that each and every book becomes a content flywheel, generating stages, podcasts, social clips, and positioning that compounds with every iteration. Most thought leaders treat their book like a destination, but Gary Vee treats it like rocket fuel. The difference, he's architected a system where his authority doesn't reset with each and every project, it accelerates. And here's the part that changes everything. The AI tools that are now possible make this strategy to any expert, author, or CEO. These tools are amazing, and 2 years ago, this wouldn't have been possible. But now, small and medium-sized businesses who don't have a team of a dozen people or the resources of a Gary Vee can copy his $300 million strategy. So let's get into it. I'm Aurora Winter, founder of Same Page Publishing and the author of the forthcoming book, Brand Strategy in the Age of AI. Catch the wave, own the future. But first, let's start with a quote from the CEO of Google and Alphabet, Sundar Pichai. Quote, "AI has the potential to be more transformative than electricity or fire." Let's give a little story to drive this point home. One of my favorite authors, Ryan Holiday, who's the New York Times bestselling author of multiple books, including The Obstacle is the Way, famously got his start doing the grunt work that nobody wants, transcribing interviews. He spent countless hours manually transcribing Robert Greene's conversations, tedious work that was nevertheless essential to creating Robert Greene's amazing books, which I highly recommend, which include The 48 Laws of Power and Mastery. Today, my clients get those same transcripts instantly. Fireflies.ai delivers in seconds what took Ryan Holiday hours. This saves hundreds of hours monthly and delivers value 100 times faster. But here's what most people miss. This isn't only about saving time, it's about speed as a luxury differentiator. In a previous video on strategic basics, I emphasized the importance of positioning your business, products, and services in a luxury category, like Rolex, not a commodity category like milk. But be careful, speed that sacrifices quality will erode your premium brand. The new rules of strategy in the age of AI. The landscape is evolving, as I'm sure you know. There are 3 huge interconnected shifts that are creating a huge opportunity for experts, authors, CEOs, and leaders. Many people write a book every year and then spend the next year talking about it on stages, podcasts, and other media. And that is a winning strategy, as Gary Vaynerchuk, chairman of VaynerX, proves. Gary Vee, as he's more commonly known, has written 7 business books, including Day Trading Attention. He freely admits that he works with ghostwriters and editors to get his books written more rapidly and professionally. Actually, words that are written are not so much his thing. He likes talking, not so much typing. Anyway, each of his new books becomes a centerpiece, giving him invitations to new stages, to command those, podcasts to appear on, and endless social media content for his team to post. This positions VaynerX as the go-to media company for huge Fortune 500 brands and creates a deal flow in excess of $350 million per year, according to Gary Vee. He is a great example of what's possible when a leader builds a flywheel of books, talks, and social content. His organization executes this on a scale that's amazing and very suited to the Fortune 500 companies that are his typical client. But here's the key thing. You do not need to have a Fortune 500 budget or team in order to execute this now, thanks to all of the breakthroughs in technology. So I want to talk about how things have shifted for the owners of small to medium-sized businesses and what's possible today. How has the AI changed the best strategy for building a brand in 2026 and beyond? Let's take a look. So as you probably know, but this is such a key thing, I want to emphasize it, that the playing field changed in October 2025 when OpenAI dropped Sora 2. Suddenly, the ability to create cinematic video work that once required studios, budgets, gatekeepers, fell into the hands of everyday experts and creators. I liken it to the moment that we shifted from radio to TV. If you just think the metaphor that I think is the most clear is, yes, newspapers still exist, but when radio came, everybody changed to turn up the dial and listen on radio. But then when television came, all of a sudden, no, people are not so much listening to radio. There was a huge shift as people changed and tuned into television. We're at that kind of a junction right now. I think, podcasts are like radio. Audio content is basically radio. And now we have the ability to create video content. And so it's like a shift towards TV. And it's going to be huge, but so many people who are very busy running a great business have no idea what a breakthrough this is. But my background is in film and television. I've launched a film and television production company that made 8 films. We raised $5 million. I oversaw 250 hours of programming when I worked as a vice president and an executive in film and television. And so my media is books plus video. And I love this. This is a huge breakthrough. Okay, let me get into it. Now you can use this. And again, radio never truly died. Audio still matters. People still read newspapers. And people love video, but the problem before was it was too time consuming to make great video. But now, with all of the new AI tools, if you have a smart team who are aware of this, it's just blowing my mind what is possible. So YouTube is the number 2 search engine. Here's what most people don't realize. If you don't have videos on YouTube, you are secretly training people to ignore you. We need to see you on YouTube. It's the number 2 search engine. Amazon is the number 3 search engine. So obviously, as Gary Vee and many other authors know, it's important to have a book on Amazon so you can be found there. And then we have SEO is fading away as more and more people are finding content through LLMs like ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or your LLM of choice. And so you really want to have content on YouTube and on Amazon and on Goodreads so that you can be found. I believe that we are looking at a once-in-a-lifetime shift in how authority is found, followed, and monetized. I'm so excited about this, and I'm implementing this in my business right away, and I'm going to give you some tips on this video on how you can benefit from. I think this is a real opportunity to catch the wave and to lead the future. And the people who are the early adopters jumping in on this, I think, are going to see outsized profits for decades to come. So, what is the powerful positioning strategy? We're taking it from the $300 million breakthrough from Gary Vee, but you can do this on a big scale or a small scale. So first, you want to write a book that gets you found on Amazon, gets you invited to speak at podcasts, radio, TV, and at conferences. Second, or maybe start first with the YouTube channel because it's faster. Create videos that get you found on YouTube, and then with both of these assets in place, with both the video and the print, you become discoverable everywhere, all at once. It's a 1, 2, 3 punch that positions you as the go-to expert in your field. Experts who understand this shift are claiming prime real estate across all 3 platforms and quickly becoming the obvious choice when prospects search for solutions. And you can do this too. I'll give you some tips on how you do it. But first, I want to just emphasize YouTube is not like every other social media platform. YouTube has beaten Netflix. YouTube is the new prime time. YouTube was the top source of internet traffic in 2024. For the first time ever, YouTube overtook Netflix. overtook Netflix to command 16% of all global internet traffic, more than Netflix, more than Apple, more than any other streaming platform on earth. 23% of people now discover TV shows and films on YouTube first, not on Amazon, not on Netflix, not on Apple, on YouTube. This is not just a shift in viewing habits, it's a fundamental transformation in how content gets discovered, consumed, and monetized. This is why I have several YouTube channels, and I love helping my clients get their YouTube channels going. Let's go quickly. Now's a huge opportunity. So YouTube now accounts for more than 12% of all US TV viewerships. And people are watching YouTube on the big screen. They're not only watching it on their mobile devices. They're watching it on their 65-inch smart TVs with a remote in hand, deciding what to binge next. The question is, will you claim your prime time slot, or will you let one of your competitors take it? So Gary Vee's strategy, which built his 350 million plus company with over 2,000 employees, it works because it's built on a fundamental truth. In today's attention economy, consistency compounds faster than perfection. His books are not only intellectual property, they're strategic positioning tools that create endless flywheel of opportunities and demand to his company. Every book becomes a hub of content, podcast appearances, keynote speeches, social media clips, client conversations, and media mentions, including this one, all point back to his core expertise and invite Fortune 500 companies to find him and work with him. This is why AI tools such as Fireflies.ai are not just time savers. They are the bridge that makes Gary Vee's strategy scalable for leaders who don't have a 50-person content team or $50,000 a month to spend on it. You and a small team, or perhaps even a fractional team, can now do what it took a half a dozen people to execute. And the leaders who are moving on this quickly, who understand that building momentum will be nearly impossible for latecomers to match, and know that the early adopters, as usual, will get outsized gains. So I really wanted to share this video with you and encourage you and invite you and exhort you to get on YouTube, start creating those videos, and if you need some help, be glad to help you. So basically, if you're running a 7 or 8 figure business and recognize that you would like to have this kind of content engine, but you don't have the bandwidth to build it yourself, and you don't have an in-house media team of a half dozen people, that is exactly the bridge that we help fill. We serve as a fractional showrunner plus a fractional media studio. We can help you architect and execute your media strategy without adding another full-time hire or overwhelming your calendar. We help our clients create videos, and all they have to do is approve them. Approve the script. Maybe takes 15 minutes a week, so it's very quick. It's all done for you. And of course, as you probably know, I also love helping people create books. I like that 1, 2, 3 punch. That let's have world domination. Have you have a thought leader book and a YouTube channel that brings your ideal client to you easily and effortlessly. Anyway, if you would like to discuss getting our help as a fractional showrunner plus fractional media studio, or getting our help publishing your book, I'd welcome a conversation about what's possible for you and your business and your brand. And you can apply for a business breakthrough call at bookcall.biz. So now is the time for you to think like a showrunner, not just an expert. You want to combine the short attention grab of the movie trailer mindset, is what I call it, that catches attention in a few seconds. And you want to combine that with ongoing content that has people coming back again and again to binge your content. So in the next video, I will cover how to think like a showrunner and the flywheel strategy. See you on the next video.